guy. So in love I might make you puke. She's the apple of his eye. Sit right down, we're gonna give you the scoop with Ryan Pfeiffer and Lisa Doop. Stamma-lamma ding-dong loop-de-loop. This is the story of a guy named Mr. Boop.
You're listening to Being Mr. Boop, now in color. C-O-L-O-U-R. My name is Ryan Pfeiffer, and I am Mr. Boop.
My name's Lisa Doop, and I am Mr. Boop.
That's true. I didn't update the spreadsheet, but Lisa, it's Sunday, March 22nd, 2020. And today we're reading the 34th ever Mr. Boop strip. What happens to today's Mr. Boop?
Oh, wow. And this one's about Bugs Bunny. That's all you need to know.
It is? Oh, yeah, it is. Shadow synopsis. This one's an informative shadow synopsis. I redrew the obvious panel in this one because I thought it went too far, but LOL, Electries. Well, an uncensored version is waiting for you over at patreon.com/AlecRobbins if you want to throw in a bit, in parentheses. Plus, I'll be posting some bonus Patreon-only comics very soon.
Oh, man.
So, while you start describing this, because I'm not interested in describing this one whatsoever, I will be looking into the digital copy of the published Mr. Boop Volume 1 to see if this is any different there.
Panel 1.
We were going to save this for a bonus episode once we finish Volume 1. We're going to be looking into the digital collection. But in this case, I'm going to see if it's any different here.
Panel 1 is a medium's shot, and they're at the sides, and Alec is making out with his wife, Betty Boop. But Alec is also being held up by Betty. Like, he's holding him, and they're making out. Alec, whilst they're making out, says, I saw Bugs Bunny today. And Betty says, what? Really? And, you know, panel 2, they're continuing to make out, but Betty's holding her breast as they tongue wrestle. They move their hands
update
to talk.
Update is the same in the physical or digital copy. So it's just Patreon exclusive.
Well, we gotta sign up to that Patreon now. Anyway, so Alex says he's working at Amazon now. They don't let him pee. Betty says, "Aw, free W's. They should let him pee." Panel 3, we have. Well, this is also a medium shot, so I'm not sure what's going on, but it's zoomed in. I guess it's more close up here. So anyway, they're in a very intimate place. Betty's undressing. The little hearts. I'm not too sure how to describe this one. He's blasting. I kind of want to just sign up to Alec Robbins' Patreon so we can be completionists here. Oh, okay, you can if you
but
want.
I also don't want it displayed on my Patreon that I'm supporting.
Does it display who you're subscribed to on Patreon?
Yes.
Oh no.
I don't want someone to see, oh, who is this person that Ryan is patronizing? And then you click it, and it's just it's the background is Crime Hot, which is this busty character. It's like, what is Ryan looking at?
Oh,
I'm not.
Sure.
Not yet, anyway. I mean, I don't know.
So
I'll check it out. And if I'm reading Mr. Boop, I might as well, out of courtesy, or whatever.
Crime Hot looks good. I'll probably check it out.
I don't know what it's about.
Crime Hot.
You know what we forgot to mention that Alec made? This was a few days ago. He released on March 18th, or he didn't release. He found. This was in the Twitter release of Mr. Boop in between March 18th. Wow, just found a working copy of the old 90s point and click Mr. Boop computer game in all caps, Mr. Boop and the Curse of the Dinner Party. It's fully playable online now. alecrobbins.itch.io/Mr. Boop. Mr. Boop.
Nice.
We did not do a video on that. We did not do an episode
In the
on that.
wait, no,
Nor did we do
in
a
the
bonus
settings
episode.
you can in the settings of
did-
Patreon you can make your pledges private. By the way,
I can't hear what you're saying.
in Patreon settings you can make your pledges private. By the way,
I don't wanna-
They don't have to be public.
I don't know.
Anyway,
We
we
did do a video on Mr. Boop and the Curse of the Dinner Party. That was actually before we started. In case you don't remember,
Yeah,
listeners, this was before we started the podcast. We did a video on this game. So
feels like years.
we're
ago.
not going to, huh?
Feels like years ago.
Oh yeah, that was back in the 90s, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the 90s, we did a video on Mr. Boop and the Curse of the Dinner Party. I'm sorry. So you can go check that out. We're not gonna. I do have an idea for maybe when we get to like the 100th episode or whatever, we can replay it with all of the guests we've had on the podcast, which so far is just Sophia.
Mm-hmm.
If we have enough guests by then to make that worthy of being a thing, then maybe we'll do that and describe each element of it in great detail. It should take a while. But for now, you can watch our video that we did. I'll put it in the show notes. Yeah.
So I'm not done describing this part. So
Lisa, as you know, every Sunday
yeah.
I'm sorry. We play. Look, I'm sorry this session is taking so long. Before we started the session, I was like, should I drink a coffee? I was very tired. There's like two ways that could go. One, I drink a coffee, and I just can talk for hours on anything, and that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Or I could not, and I have nothing to say whatsoever because I was tired. Those were the two options. Anyway, Dirty Blues or Dirty Shoes. Play this every Sunday. We played. I think this is. I think this predates the podcast.
Is it?
It predates.
This was on episode. We discussed this on an episode of the podcast first.
I think. No, we started this back on Bear Friend Tea Party.
Oh, you're right.
I'm pretty sure this predates Mr. Boop, maybe even Betty Boop. I'm not sure. This actually predates the Dirty Blues genre.
Oh.
It was crazy how that came together. All right, as you know, as always, 4 Dirty Blues songs. One of them is not real. Gonna change the rules a little bit
One of them is
so that we don't keep doing this forever. If you get this right, segment ends. We'll never talk about Dirty Blues again. That's a completely original idea I just came up with.
Okay. Well,
I
want to get it wrong. Now,
If you
'cause
answer
I
this
like
correctly,
segment.
we will never talk about Dirty Blues ever again. By penalty of death.
Okay.
Okay, here are the 4 options. Number 1, Tomcat and Pussy Blues. Number 2, I'm not going to number them. Tomcat and Pussy Blues. Salty Papa Blues. Red Hot Blues. Meatballs. Those are the
So
4
what were the options again? Repeat them.
Because you weren't listening, right?
Yeah, I wasn't listening.
Tomcat and Pussy Blues, Salty Papa Blues, Red Hot Blues, Meatballs.
I'm gonna go with meatballs.
See the what ended up being the reverse since I had nothing to say and I drank coffee so that I would have everything to say. Now in turn, Lisa is now too tired to talk.
Yeah.
By the end of this.
I've been podcasting
Meatballs.
for
The
3
correct
hours.
answer was Red Hot Blues.
I've been podcasting for 4 hours. Oh no, it's been.
Actually, no, because you did Being Jim Davis before
Yeah,
this.
that was the that only lasted like an hour. Wasn't that?
Really?
Yeah.
No, but when
I think it was a show.
I was on for almost an hour.
Really?
We didn't start doing this very soon after we finished Being Jim Davis. I entered the call of Being Jim Davis at 3:08, and we started this at 3:52.
Then I guess
Actually,
it's been longer.
That's almost 5 hours. Yeah. That we've been doing this. I'm sorry. The answer was not Meatballs. It was Red Hot Blues. Tomcat and Pussy Blues. Fun fact. I tried to do this segment on Being Jim Davis because the artist who did Tomcat and Pussy Blues his name is Jimmy Davis. That's for real. That's actually his name.
Well, what a great segment that was. What a great segment.
Do you see what I did there with Red Hot Blues?
No. Jim Davis?
Well, it's like... It's red hot, but it's blue.
Clever. But where's the innuendo?
Clever boo.
Is it like about blue balls?
Where are you on this?
Oh. Alec is thinking Amazon should let Bugs
Luckily,
Bunny
this
be.
is the last episode. Oh yeah, that's what Alex Thinkalog reads in panel 2.
And the final one, we see nothing except from some hearts coming from the bottom of the screen.
Yes, this I assume was the panel that Alec toned down, except for on the Patreon exclusive.
Maybe. And he says, I agree. They should let Bugs Bunny pee for sure. Yeah, exactly.
I'm not screen sharing, am I?
No. Now it's impossible. Now we can't really tell who's saying what. Yeah.
I'm saying this because I'm going to
no, wait, Alec is
a risky
saying
site
okay.
to look for. It's not there. I was trying to see if I could find the uncensored version of this, and no. The lengths I go to for this podcast. Apparently not the length of subscribing to his Patreon. Hang on. Let me see. You're paying for half of this. You kind of Venmo me $1 a month. Oh no. Okay. Why? This is what I subscribed to the fucking. This is what I paid $2 for? So we got it wrong. Oh, God. I don't want to describe this. Why do I have to do this? Why did I sign up for this? I'm DMing you. You're describing this. Hello? Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
You're... Oh, I almost DM'd this to the wrong person. Could you imagine? I'm sending this to you with a spoiler warning. You can describe what the difference is. I'm checked out for the rest of this.
This Patreon exclusive version of the strip.
Yeah,
is
I
pretty much
paid
the
money
same,
for this.
Except Betty Boop is not wearing a bra in the third panel, and she's got her big titties out. And Alec is like nearly touching them, and he's like, "Oh." And that's it.
I mean, he's doing that in the original too.
This was hidden. Yeah, he's doing it in the original.
Literally, the only version is she is nude.
This is hidden behind a $1 paywall. So
this is $2
$2. Ooh.
$2.
Well,
you're paying half of that. This.
Oh no. I haven't even...
I'm not gonna refund it. That would be scummy. this does actually provide a little bit of interesting insight, though.
Mm-hmm. This is
I guess.
horny.
Because
This is like genuinely.
to spoil it a little bit, we don't see. Don't want to talk about this. We don't see her like that. We don't see her exposed like that until until the start of the second volume arc, and it's like in a very significant context. It feels deliberate that he doesn't show her like that, but then in this strip he almost did just nonchalantly.
Yeah.
If I had known that's what the difference was going to be, I would not. Wouldn't have bothered, because I could just describe that. If I knew I could just. Sorry, there's loud noises. If I knew I could just describe that, I thought it would be panel 4. Panel 4 looks like the one that you would think would be different, doesn't it?
But then
in hindsight, I can see that was added in panel 3, but
yeah, I feel like with the 4 boxes format, there's not really much you can change.
You would think it's the panel 4.
Yeah.
Oh, did you say the heart flies in panel 4?
Yeah, I did. But what would be different?
Oh, in panel 3. There's heart flies above Betty in panel 3.
Yeah.
Heart flies at the bottom of panel 4.
What would be different about panel 4?
Yeah.
I guess you were imagining that the whole panel was different in panel 4.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
I was picturing that it was the same. Except
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm glad that the difference is as small as that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not glad that it's still what it was. I'm glad that it's not worse.
I really have no idea what to make of this.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
This podcast is gonna haunt me, I think. Yeah. I'm never gonna live this down. You've been listening to Being Mr. Boop. You can call me Mr. Boop. You can visit the show's website at www.beingmrboop.com for a full catalog of episodes and to sign up to host the podcast. For more updates, follow at Mr. Boop Pod on Twitter. Why, when I put the tagline author, does it switch our names? No, it doesn't always. It does sometimes. This one, it said it was by you, even though in the taglines, it says I wrote it.
Yeah, I said about this.
Weird. And there are ones that you've written that it says I've written.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's odd.
All that's left is for us to thank Sophia for joining us this week, because we forgot to do it the previous week.
Yeah.
Sophia, do you have anything to promote? I guess not. All right. Well,
Pizza, pasta,
thank you and good night.
pasta.
Are you not gonna do your thing? Do your thing.
Okay. Pizza, pasta.
This podcast was brought to you by the Pitch Drop Podcast Network. Like what you just heard? Support the show by going to patreon.com/pitchdrop. And while you're at it, check out pitchdrop.net for more of this and other shows.